Welcome back, folks. Here we are, a week away from our fourth season together. This one should be just exciting as any as we've had in the past. We have new divisions that were picked by the finalists last year, and we have a longer season, no more just best of three until we get to the finals. So those teams that are underdogs going into this season have a chance possibly even to make it to the finals with a one-game win. Of course, their whole season does start week 1 beginning October 7th. And of course, I'm your host, Witty Willie. I'm going to be sitting here previewing week 1 with you. And let's get this all started, shall we? I'm sure none could be happier with the new season than Red Army. They're one of the worst teams in the league, but I think this is going to be one of their best teams ever since the inception of the league in '07. With that being said, they couldn't have drawn a worse opening match than McWatters Express. The defending GHL champion, who just happens to be 6-0 in head-to-head games lifetime against Red Army, and last year had an overall breakdown of 24-0 against them, would be probably the worst matchup a team could hope for. Although Red Army has improved tremendously, and some feel, including myself, McWatters Express has taken a step back in this off-season, I don't think the two teams are close enough to even consider this one a competitive battle. I think McWatters Express should handle this one pretty easily and look for him to start the season 1-0. Here we go. This is definitely a matchup of the week. We got the two teams that are expected to challenge for the division title duking it out right away here in week 1. The history of these two teams heads up. Definitely Vipers are in favor with a 5-1 record head-to-head. Overall breakdown definitely in favor of JR Sharks quite handily. The matchups overall, goaltending-wise and positional-wise, are fairly even. So, considering the fact that the head-to-head champion and the better team going into this year is the Vipers, I'm going to have to give them my nod of approval this week. So I'm definitely saying Vipers with a win, despite the fact JR Sharks is 3-0 to start season openers. Meeting for just the 4th time head-to-head this right here in week 1. I'm sure these brother-in-laws are happy to see that they get to play each other 3 times on the schedule. Of course, they've had similar success and failures as the leagues have gone on. I'm going to have to give the nod this year here, and this week especially, to Junk Balls. I think they have a better team on paper, and their matchups this week are also better suited to them, especially if Luongo goes down with any kind of lengthy injury. Hope nothing serious is injured there for Luongo, otherwise Viper Fighting is definitely playing for the #1 overall pick in next year's draft. Either way, Junk Balls will take this one probably easily this week. Look for maybe later in the season for Viper Fighting to get a little bit better with their youth developing. This is another one of those matchups where head-to-head success doesn't necessarily correlate with the overall breakdown. Two Scoops has definitely had a better head-to-head record while getting basically whomped in the overall breakdown category. But anyone will tell you it's all about getting the wins when they count, and head-to-head is what counts in this league. Still, this week and opening up the season, Miller should see 6 starts, and we all know goaltending can win games. Surprisingly enough, Javi Bulin should be ready to start the season for Edmonton, which does give Two Scoops another one in net, but I'm still taking Flying Aces in this one. Expect it to be a good game, but Flying Aces 1-0. This matchup brings us a little sibling rivalry. One people might not know, his #1 draft pick is one of only 2 teams to have never won a season opener, Crazy Papa being the other one. This matchup between the siblings, though, has a little bit of a uniqueness to it. Their overall head-to-head record is somewhat close, and their history of the teams may mirror each other, as neither one have ever won a playoff game, and both missed the playoffs last year. The overall breakdown for Executioners is far greater than #1 draft picks by more than doubling it in win total, and also he's a preseason favorite to win the Cup. Realistically, the Executioners this week here should destroy #1 draft pick despite being without Mark Stripe possibly for the year. I'd say any loss for Executioners here would be a big letdown towards a championship building season, and considering #1 draft pick is in rebuild mode, a loss may be a little bit more acceptable for them to handle. Look for Executioners to win this one week 1. Every year this matchup, the clear underdog has been Crazy Papa. Every year, Crazy Papa has started the year 0-1. This year, though, things could be a little bit different. For the first time, Crazy Papa is the top dog and Cold Crush is the underdog. And maybe Crazy Papa can also win his first game of the season. But I wouldn't count on things just yet, as he does have poor goalie matchups, and Malkin does play 6 games. Plus, good goaltending matchups in Cold Crush's favor. Personally, I think this is going to be an upset, but this time Crazy Papa isn't the underdog, and he won't pull off the upset. I expect Cold Crush to start this year 1-0, and Crazy Papa to continue the trend of losing his season openers. Well, folks, that's it for me here in week 1. It's been fun, and I'll see you all again next week. Till then, take care and be safe. God bless.